How y'all doing, people? What is up? What is up? What's going on? What's going on? We're live. We're here. We're hype. We're happening. And yeah, we are. I mean, we are, but we are. How y'all doing this weekend? This week? This day? Um, I'm in the background, fading in and out. I just thought it'd be kind of cool because I'm doing it in a blend this week. I wanted to make it a quicker show. I wanted to make it a good show. A little bit different, going back to how originals were. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to illuminate the rear end. Yeah, that's all right. We'll do that. We'll do that. That's not good though. We're going to be able to do something like this. Ooh, you like that deep water look right there? Yeah, we're going to go with that one. Anyway, so first and foremost, hell yeah, Ukraine, blowing back the kingdom come. I love the fact. I know it's a little bit off topic, but I mean, paper combat, plane combat sticks with the program. I just wanted to say, dude, it is really hot that like Ukraine is firing into Moscow, and I swear to God, I hope to Christ, like, dude, like, I'm so sick. People like, you ever notice how the oppressive regimes always like see nothing wrong and want everybody else to change their ways to theirs? And it's like, I mean, I'm not saying anybody's got it right. I mean, all of us have our problems. India, America, Britain, all that. But it's like, we're not trying, I don't think we're trying genocide unless it's not being said. And maybe it is. And I don't know. We like to think that we're better, but maybe we're not. Who the hell knows? But in the meantime, if we're not, let us know. If we are, then you guys need to stop doing what you're doing. I mean, like, China, dude, the South China Sea, it may be called the South China Sea, but it ain't fucking yours. Leave it the fuck alone. Jesus Christ, what is wrong with you people? Like, nobody else on God's green earth, I know y'all don't believe in that crap, but I mean, seriously, want a puddle of water that far deep. It's like, what the hell's wrong with you people? Stop it. And then Russia, like, complained. Oh, you see that news blurb today? They even said, like, you don't want reconnaissance flight to be bugged. Well, stop reconnaissance flying. Hey, we're in international airspace. Why don't you stop fucking around in international airspace? But, you know, politicians, they gotta be politicians. They can't say that shit, even though we don't really give a flying fuck. It don't matter. And then of course, and I really thought about turning this into paper planes and more, so forgive me for straying, because this really isn't. But anyway. The other one was, like, Moscow got bombed. Isn't that cool? Moscow got bombed. Yeah, I don't want to hear y'all bitches crying. You've been doing it in Ukraine for like a year. I mean, like, it's funny to hear them complain about, well, they did. It's like, dude, you've been bombing a country for years. Like, well, I mean, not literally years, but a year and a half, so you can almost say years. And you expect us to have any sympathy for your sorry ass? Why don't you go fuck yourself? Oh, I hope all y'all that like really are for it die. I mean, like I said, there's good people over there. There's good people everywhere, but there's bad people, and unfortunately, the bad people do the stupid stuff. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Just go Ukraine. Just keep bombing them. They can do it to you. You should be able to do it to them, and no repercussions. Seriously. I mean, they're already doing what the worst they can do. So it's like, just keep on doing what you're doing. Keep on trucking. Yeah, I don't know why I'm back at this. Like, I wanted to do this because I knew I was gonna rant a little bit for that very reason. Like, you know, just to say fuck Russia, go Ukraine. Not fuck all of Russia, because again, there's some good people over there. I am not holding it against all of Russia. Just like the Russia mindset that there is, that's all I was really getting at. It's like, you people just, all y'all that are like that just need to stop. But anyway, like, so we're back to this because I wanted to stay on topic. I wanted y'all to get the idea of what was going on, and y'all see what was going on, and it's right there in front of you. Maybe if I blinded myself. See, it all depends on what is going on in the background. I mean, I can make it like this. I thought about that actually, because I thought about, like, well, if I made it a different color, see, I would just be tuned to whatever color is back there. And see, that looks like a little bit different. You kind of get an idea of more of what I'm talking about. Like, I don't really give a crap, you know what I'm talking about, but I'm doing it. Am I doing it for you guys? Maybe I'm doing it for you guys. I don't really care. The standard thing about everybody, the way everybody does this garbage is just garbage, but you know, that's how it is. That's how we do. And then I'm like super stupid dark right here. If I just made it like this, it would be a little bit, yeah, see, I can't believe like my own monitor, I can control the light. And that's what I'm doing. See that? See that? Look at that. All I'm doing is moving the window around. I like that actually. That made me more part of the thing. But anyway, so here we are. So we're back to this just for me to stay on topic, for you to kind of get an idea of what we're doing. This is not typical. It's a typical week. Go out there and watch some videos though. There were some videos put up. Pretty good ones out there. It's a matter of holy shit, it's blinding now. It's not really that. It's a matter of we're like just experimenting. So, and again, it's keeping me on topic. It's not really. But watch the videos that are out there. Just go look at our master site. If you're watching this, then you've seen this and you know, hey, look. Other people, go look at our links, go look at them, and you can see that somebody's got some videos up. We try to link to everybody to put up some more planes and stuff like that. And also, the night's topic, I was trying to just get across that, like, dude, build the planes. I had a little discussion. Notebook A4 paper was on here. We were chatting back and forth with them. In case y'all hadn't noticed, if you noticed, good for you. If you hadn't noticed, where the hell you been? Yeah, he said like he hadn't been in a while, just caught up on the stream. Yeah, you don't have to catch up on a bunch of crap because a bunch of crap is like the first 6 minutes of this video. But basically it's like every other video out there online, especially about paper planes. If you're here for that topic, so you know what the deal is. And if you're here for that, then you're here to build the planes. And if we've got you the instructions, you can go ahead and build them. I mean, seriously, no sweat. Our members, I mean, normally we've already discussed it before we put the video up. I myself, being Sil, I'll put my own up. I know I'll let you go. I mean, like, but any others, I'll discuss it member to member beforehand, before the video, or we'll have them on board online with us at the same time. And we'll be able to discuss like, hey, don't put my video up there. Don't put my plane up there, or put my plane up there, and we'll do it with you or for you. So, rest assured, like, it's nice. It really is nice to ask the permission because we are kind of like a quote unquote formal core. We try to keep it that way. In case you've watched or something, you know us, and we keep organization, we keep track, and we like to keep track amongst members. We always worried about like however many, and there's been others like in real life without the videos that like other people have built our planes in front of us with us. We watched them and stuff like that. And, we understood that like if we did this global like this, if we did this online, that other people are going to build and we ain't going to be able, there's no way I can make anybody or anybody would really want to keep track of it that way for us. So like if any of you, all of y'all, like say there's like 2 of you, maybe there's 200 of you, it really doesn't matter. But if all of y'all were to build one of our planes, like Nova, for example, because I'll use Nova as an example because Notebook was asking about that, but hope you don't mind me calling you that. But I don't know a better name for you. Please don't say OAE. Oh man, I need a name for them people. Weird having just all vowels. Anyway, yeah, if it's out there, we ask, we talk to people, we talk to the other members, but it is like a membership thing. So if we put them out there, it is for you. Go ahead, you build them and tell us what you do, but we don't expect anybody to like, it would be really nice. I mean, to a degree, and totally not necessary. Like, I don't even know how nice it would be. I don't think it would matter. But like, if you built like a Nova, if you built my Nova, 2 to 200 of you. I mean, if 200 of you build, and we go global, and we build that many people are building our planes, it's like, screw it. I'm not counting the numbers. The number count is only the ones that I built. But in the members, we kind of had a gentleman's agreement that it's like if you build one, it's considered licensed building, and if you've heard of it with real aircraft, you get like you give somebody the design, you give somebody some like. Dies or whatever or some formats, and they can construct the aircraft and just license building. That's what we consider it. And if it's truly a licensed build where it's been a mutual agreement with the party building versus the owner of the design, we like to get with them and say like, well, good, I'll tell you what to code it. You can tell me what number you got. Because like once you complete it, like if you build a Nova, I can tell you, hey, that's Nova 117. Because I have 116 in my latest version and you're building the next one. I suppose it'd kind of be nice, but totally not necessary. It's nice to have that option with the members, but you as the general public, if we're putting the videos up on how to build, you just go right ahead. It really doesn't freaking matter. yeah, there's that. So, but in the meantime, again, I thank you for asking the permission. It's always good to check it, but not really necessary for those of you out there too. Notebooks being a little bit more formal, we appreciate that because again of what we are and what we do. But basically, again, if we got the how to builds out there, you go right ahead. I wanted confirmation too, though. So if you get back with me on that, I might shoot you another response there. But if you watch this, I want to make sure that it is Nova you were talking about because I don't remember if I've got a how to build on Nova up there, but I do have one on Hagataka, which I created and then gave to NASA's, and he did say I could make the how to build because it was his plane, but my plane, but my plane, but his plane. And it is a how to build on my channel. And if you built that one, it is also very similar to Nova because he's always liked that design. It's a Delta Diamond. And as you pointed up, there's winglets up and there's winglets down. So I'm getting confirmation. Like, is it Nova? Or the one that you saw on that video where we're talking back and forth is Nova. But the how to build is on Hagataka. So just to see if that's confirmation. It's neither here nor there. That's just more official because it is a true how to build. And I honestly can't remember if I've got a how to build for Nova out there or not. But if I do, cool. You've seen it. You saw it. You heard it. Whatever. That's great. It's like, oh yeah. The difference. Right. Sorry. The difference that we're referring to. Nova. You gotta be kidding me. The Nova is, what the hell? Okay. So Nova, obviously, you guys have seen it. You guys have, Nova looks like this. Obviously, you see winglets up on the canards, if they are canards, and winglets down, and hedrals down. It's a little bit, it's hard to tell because they both have the same idea. I literally gleaned one from the other. But Nova's a little less streamlined, a little bit less balanced. That's why it's a little bit shorter range. You wouldn't know it to see some pictures, and if you build it differently and fly it differently, you'll notice it's actually got some quite it's got capability. So but ultimately what I'm trying to like get at though is Nova looks a little bit stubbier. Overall, you'll notice that. I mean, like I think it's like a 6.5 inch by 3.5 inch bird. So Hagataka's probably got it by maybe a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, like 4 centimeters. I don't know, 3 centimeters, whatever. It's a stubby plane. It looks stubbier. And Hagataka, not so much. Hagataka is a little bit different. Hagataka looks more like oh my god, what did I do with it? I'm assuming that I actually gave it up to NASA's, so he has it in his listing, and he does. Hagataka. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry. Keep track of me. I'm going to try to end this, but I just wanted to give you an idea because, like, people, if you haven't seen it in a while, you might not remember it or whatever, whatnot. Hagataka's got a good pose shot. Hagataka is this one. And, okay, so you can see the difference. It's a little bit more streamlined because the body, as you can see, versus the one that was in the flight when you do a comparative shot. Hagataka's got, like, well, it's more swept. It doesn't look it in that shot, but, like, if you see it, then you will know that, like, there's another one, like, there's another winglet. The winglets are deeper, but there's another setback to the Delta Diamond tip is obviously not off the trailing edge of the trailing edge is straight. It's not a true Delta Diamond. There's just a Delta Diamond tip off the back winglets, or the anhedrals as we like to call them. So that's that's where it is. Okay, I'm gonna get that out there. Pick 1, 2. Gotcha. All right. Good. I wanted to do this right here. So what we're looking at here, what you see, what you will see when we do this is the fact that it's not. Sorry, bear with me. I'm doing this on the fly, and I'm doing it as fast as I possibly can. So, no, bring it to the front. Take it to the bridge. Okay, so there you go. This right here. that's comparing them. I know it's a little bit off-putting right there, but that's just to show you, like, okay, this is on the fly. Usually much better than this. But anyway, like, okay, you see how Nova full delta diamonds in the rear, the trailing edge, they actually come to a tip, whereas Agataka does not do so. It's a straight edge, and you see the delta diamond tips there. One of the other crucial elements is, although that particular Nova in that particular flight right there has some pretty big winglets, Hagataka's winglets and the four winglets off what you might call the canards are much bigger on average, almost always, although Nova's been experimenting with bigger winglets. And Hagataka, in case you hadn't noticed up there in the big shot there, there's staples right there by the winglets where the forewing meets the main wing. And that's actually a crucial element to the design. Nova usually only has one or two in the nose. Hagataka's got one in the nose, but then also one at the edge replacing any tape because it adds weight to the front. Hagataka is a much better, longer range and streamlined glider than Nova ever is. So that's what that's all about. And that worked. Sorry, it took a little bit, but it took a little bit. But there you go. That's how we do. Build them, enjoy them, do what you can with them. Sorry it's taking a moment or five, but I will get these how to builds out here. Like I said, I got the programming and I got the final piece of the puzzle. So there'll be more how to builds. Get excited, get with the program. I'll show you how to build some planes here in a minute. But in the meantime, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for coming out this week. I'm hoping to get another video out there for you, just because this one was ranty and a little bit stupid, but oh, sure, now. And watch, somebody, you get to talk. I know it. Here it comes. It always happens when I'm about to kill this damn thing. Then somebody cut on. I'm going to have to stay for a moment or two and say, hey, what's up? Because, hey, what's up? Yeah, it's just a matter of, like, if we put them out there, we put them out there for you. There ain't too many. We're hoping there will be more. I'm trying to get Nassus involved because he doesn't understand my time schedule. My time schedule is such that, hey, I get out earlier now. We can hook up. Because he's like worried about late. Hey, and it's you, Ben. What is up, Ben? How you doing, man? You doing all right, man? How's the job, bro? How you doing on that coast, man? You got to be living life, living large, right? I'm glad you're here. It's nice to see you. Haven't forgotten us. I didn't think you would, but oh hey, also, like, sorry, got a little celebrity-itis on this one, but I noticed you posted up like a was there, or maybe this is old, but was there a picture up on like Twitter or Instagram or something? I don't know. I'd seen something up that was, I thought, a recent post, and maybe it wasn't a recent post. But you didn't do a video, but you did like the next design is coming up. So I didn't know if I latched onto something that was old, or it's something you, like maybe it was a background, like you posted recently that was an old pic, or maybe I'm just tugging out of my ass. Forgive me. I didn't know. I'm throwing a whole bunch of stuff at you, but like I'm glad to hear it's been good for you. That's cool. That's good. It's been good here. Like I said, I've been trying to roll along, get some stuff out. Getting excited about, actually, I'm really getting excited about getting up a couple of how to builds up here. There's been some attention being paid to some of the other designs, so it's like, okay. And hey, man, if you get on here, we could debate winglets and anhedrals till we're all blue in the face. I always mention you when I say that, and I always say, like, hey, you're not wrong, but I'm not right, but I'm not wrong and you're not right. Just because. So, I mean, it's fun. It's all in jest because, hey, I know, I always mention the winglets, bro. And it's like, they're not anhedrals, but the angle is. So, that's all. It's just a carryover from when we was kids. I mean, we've been doing this for a long, long time, Good to hear, though. Good to hear that you're starting up with smaller projects. That's cool. You got to start. Okay, I'm sorry. You got to restart somewhere, so you might as well start small because your deluxe projects were getting pretty heavy, pretty serious there. Gotta love winglets. Hell yeah, bro. That's what I pointed out. I was showing them. You popped in at the weird time. I was showing, like, here, check it. I was showing Hagataka, the plane that I had designed for Nassus, because he liked my Nova, and showed him that. And another non-member was commenting and asking about the aircraft, and like I was trying to figure out whether he was talking about this one or my Nova. Technically it's my Hagataka, but I've totally given the licensing to NASA, so that's his bird now. And again, like true winglets on that, I mean all the way around really, but I'm trying to get out of that job. I'm trying to get out of that design phase just because I like having them, because it gives you a decent place to stick your fin codes, because I'm all about the fin codes because I'm so military, I don't like, some of our members don't do it so much. Some of our members don't barely do it at all. And it kind of like, dude, that's the most fun I get out of it, is coding it and seeing it on like a magazine kind of situation. So it's like, that's why I make the bases, so they can have the fin codes, because it's military, and that's really the most kick I get out of it. So I kind of want my planes to look real. So like if you watched my news, my breaking news, and the Inside IVPAC from before, I had some major news going on about like my phases and stuff, and I'm trying to get out of the winglet game and into the fin game so that nothing comes out with these stupid winglets anymore. Yeah, it does. Yeah, okay, yes, but the only time you could see, yeah, all right, eat my own words there, because again, you can only see them on the ground. I think it's foolhardy actually kind of for them to do that, although like the U.S. military, there was a time obviously when it was still military airlift command that most of the cargo birds didn't hold any fin codes, but then for a while there, when they started to go to like combat coded squadrons, they would have like C-130s, the occasional C-17 would have a fin code, and that carried over to this day. So it's nice to see them on all sizes. The B-2, yes, it does, on the main gear doors, so you can only see them when it's landed. I mean, I guess you can see them from the underside, but I never really pictured, they look better on fins. They look better on upright fins. To me. I mean, I'm not, this isn't to say flying wings aren't cool, but boy, it really, while I don't like the traditional look of the planes, like the one in front of you right there, I'm trying to get away from that. I'm still also, I don't understand why I can't, or why I should be allowed to, like, I need to make a plane that has upright fins so I could put some fin codes on there, and like I said, that's the cool part. I just like when I take the pictures and tell you, hey man, that's a Javelin from the 35th Intercept Squadron, or at the, 55th Fighter Wing. So, yeah, I know. But hey, I'd like to point this out. Powerhouse, same way, Robert. Isn't it a true fact that like all paper airplanes are stealthy? There's really no reason to call them stealthy. They're all stealthy. Name me a paper airplane that's going to show up on any radar. It's paper. I'm pretty sure the radar beam is going to go right through it. So need they be, a flying wing for stealth or visual stealth, let alone radar stealth? I mean, there was a topic we did on a show like 3 or 4 years ago where we said that, depending on how warm the plane is, we got into it. Point being though, it's like paper planes can be stealthy, and if you make them out of plastic that's actually like sheet protector plastic, they can be visually stealthy, because if you don't know who threw them, you could lose sight of them really easily. So there's that, and we talked about that, and we talked about other things, and it's like, I don't know. I'm of this mindset where I have to have that little thing to grab a hold of, because it makes me so, like, there's always, it's not like a physical manifestation of being niggling to touch a wing, but there's always something in the back of my mind every time I grab a plane where if I do something that touches the wing, I'm like, ew, don't do that. You're not supposed to do that. You wrinkle the wing, you ruin the plane. So, understandable the way you and Powerhouse and OAE and others have actually built their planes. Obviously, the wings are a lot stronger, and we're probably going that route. I myself am going that route, but it's still like, man, I like having that fuselage. I'm sorry, I do. And yeah, you're right. It's so last century, but I'm old hat, man. I'm not trying to build like classic warplanes, but I just like, like that look. I'm sorry, I like that look. I haven't latched on to something like the B-2 yet. I'm more like the F-17. I like my stealth to have a little bit of flourish, Oh man, I miss the F-23, dude. Oh my god. The F-20, we are never going to get as advanced as we were with the F-23. That was the epitome right there. I really wish we'd have bought like 1,200 of those planes, man. Instead, we got this crappy SF-22. I think so too. I think so too. Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about combat coding, they're definitely practical. If we're talking about how it's not really good, God, that's bright. If we're talking about how you need it for stabilization, like, okay, the planes that are showing there, Hagataka and Nova, are just one of the many that almost all of us have that actually have the winglets down and up in this case, but mostly down. And it's like a traditional thing. I know there's different veins and different lines of thought that have brought you up through the paper plane world for you, me, a lot of others out there. So yeah, I know that's true. That's true. And like, I don't know if I asked you about this, but you ever try fly by wind? We called it fly by wind. Where you have something that's like any type of vertical or horizontal control surface that is so loose that it's actually at the mercy of the wind while it's on the plane. Basically what we did was we built a tailplane that was like integral to the rear edge, like a phase 4, for example. I don't know if you've seen, I can show you a picture. Phase 4s have it, and they're like, the thing about them is it's in the rear of the actual wing itself. They're built out of that. So it's like, what we did was basic. We took a toothpick, sent it through the rear body of the plane, and then put a tailplane, a copied tailplane, of course, of whatever size. It actually turned out to be like about a third of the wing area of the entire aircraft. But you took that, you took the toothpick, you went onto it, and you put the skin over the top and bottom of the rounded toothpick on either side, and then just left it free float in the back of the plane. So, I mean, potentially, of course, when it's sitting on the ground, it's like true fly-by-wire on a regular aircraft, where when it's sitting on the ground, it's at the mercy of every, peak and valley that it goes through while it's taxiing. Well, same kind of situation. It could foreseeably sit on the ground and they're like in negative incidents while they're sitting there. But with the wind, obviously they can pitch up, they can pitch down, what have you. It's not ideal, of course, because there's no pilot, again, controlling it as you'd like there to be. But it has potential. The 4 that I'm talking about here, this is 499, and this is 499 on her death day. But you can see that's a basic 4. Yeah, you're right. I saw that too. I watched that, dude. I watched that like not too long ago. Yeah, it would just like let it. And I mean, I'd like to introduce you to that guy. Call it fly by wind. That's basically what it is. Yeah, because it's 30 SM. So yeah, it would be. But yeah, just picture that. That's a 4. Picture that with I guess you'd call it an empennage. I'll say it's an empennage. There's no vertical fin on this, but those were separated. And again, I think I'd put a piece of tape on there to get the fuselage a little bit closer together than it usually is on the back. Although this one's exaggerated because, again, this is 499's retirement because she got wet. And even with that's a fiberboard sheet, a little bit more cardstock, it still killed the plane. So she no longer flies. Yeah, we taped that together and we cut them off, put the toothpick through, and then you had your 4 sheets because, of course, it was a skin, molded skin. You're used to that because you've built internal structure. The toothpick was like basically the only internal structure. And then Pharaoh got involved with it, and actually he modified it some more and gave it a little bit more structure inside so it was a little bit stronger. You kind of got to watch it with that because, of course, you got to watch your weight balance. Your center of gravity shifts to the rear if you play around with that too much. So... But it's really cool. It worked out a lot better than I actually thought it would because I thought the idea was sound. I thought the practice would be like, well, what if they pitch up? There could just be a flop and then a butterfly effect. But if you keep it a little tight so it's not totally loose and at the mercy of the wind, in truth, it's playable. It's playable. So it kind of course corrects itself. It's not exactly what you call the greatest of gliders because it'll be at the mercy of stunting because obviously you're going through your, it's not yaw. There's no yaw effects, although you could do it. It's just for pitch. So, but it goes back up and down at the trailing edge. So, but it is very interesting. And if you build anything with it stronger, I mean, the toothpick was a basic thing, but I mean, if you put something in there that's like a little bit tighter, the holes holding on to it, there's more friction. You could set your pitch before you fly. You could like maybe a harsher wind will get it to adjust pitch. Obviously, you don't want it to, like reverse one's at negative, one's at positive, because your plane's gonna mess up. But you know what I mean. So, yeah. Be really cool to do that with a vertical fin, but we don't need all that yaw. I have all that yaw problems with the other planes that you are seeing there. I mean, like, you get winglets, you get fore winglets, and you get rear winglets, and you get all those winglets, and it's like, that's not even a word anymore. But again, if you don't, if you don't put like a rudder on there, your yaw is going to be a problem. And this is exactly why I ditched Nova for so long, was because the yawing was just, oh my God, man. There's only so much barrel rolling / corkscrewing into the ground you can take. And before you're like, screw it, I don't want to fix it, I want to fly something that works. That's why there's, 100 Nova and 700 phases. So I'm trying to fix that, even though, like, again, my big news clip is I'm retiring Nova by, come this October. Let it get around to 33 years old and then pitch it. It sounds so unglamorous. I mean, she's had a long and distinguished career, but only 100 planes in 30 years. Sounds like an F-22, doesn't it? I want it to be like the phases, where it sounds more like an F-16. But you get your experimental ones or whatever. You guys have a tendency to build a lot. All of you guys seem to have a tendency to, like, there's no lineage. Well, I mean, okay, I'm sorry. There's lineage, but there's no, you build an experimental and you don't really build a squadron full of anything. You build one plane. And then you may build an offshoot of said plane where it's like, let me use one of yours, and because yours look like it, say the X-47, you build the X-47A and then you build the B. You know what I mean? But that's all you ever do. It's not like, well, this is X-47B number something, blah, blah, blah. You don't do that. You guys, I'm just using you because you're there. But most of you do that. And that's also, again, another thing, like, man, I don't know how y'all be in the Corps. Not that you're in, Ben, but I'm just saying. Fin codes, man, it's because all of our squadrons have a multitude of aircraft. So, I mean, I got experimentals. Yeah, I know, right? I know. Hey, but that also means Skunkworks style would be like, yeah, you build one, but then you're like, yeah, we're going to put that in the museum. We tested it. It worked. Ta-da. I can't get with that, man. If it tested, it works, I'm going to use it. That's just picking on you, okay? That's just picking on you. I mean, dude, Skunkworks. Come on, man. Did you, you weren't exactly in that kind, obviously you're not in the same style position you're in now that you got the dream job, but you were in something similar, right? You still were, because I mean, like, I think on your YouTube page you mentioned you're like an aeronautic engineer, right? So you've still been in that same line of work, basically, your career. Hey, man, again, I just want to say props to you, man. Good job doing that. Good job going for it. I'd like to say, like, I could have done that and like wistfully look back upon what could have been, but like, no, I couldn't have, because I don't like math like that. So I'm perfectly happy just drawing my birds and playing with my paper and stuff like that. And knowing for the fact that, again, like, remember what we talked about a couple of weeks back when you were on and saying like, yeah, but I wanted to be my design. I wanted to be that, I wanted to be that Ed Heineman. I wanted to be that Curtis. I wanted to be that Ben Kelly, where it's my plane. Leave my plane alone. You know what I mean? Not have a committee go after it and say like, well, you want to change this? No, sir. It's my bird. That's it. I mean, even though I like put these planes out there and you guys get them and it's basically the same thing, I will let you have them and then say like, oh, yeah, okay. I'll see what you guys did with it. But that's the whole thing. Like, I'm like seeing what you guys did with it. So if you guys played and you guys come up with the tech and I'm using the tech and like, hey, that's actually pretty cool. I think I might use that. I might use that. So what the hell happened? Everybody kind of dropped right there for a second. Only briefly. I got to take that picture back down. Anywho, so yeah. No, that's cool. Yeah, I'm going to pick on the members a little bit here. Hey, man, guys, fin codes, man. Seriously. For those of y'all that don't build one-offs, you got to build more than 3 of any type. That way you have like a squadron armed up, manned up. So like, again, you go into battle and you're ready. Sure, I suppose you can send 20 aircraft, all of different types out there, but when you think about it, if it really is a combat situation, you've only got one-offs of 20 different planes, you're lost. If you lose one, they're gone. Do you want to go through that? I wouldn't want to go through that. That's why there's at least 15 of every one of mine out there, except for the trainers. I admit, I don't bother with the trainers. Quill, not so much. Zephyr, not so much. I didn't mention that in the news, but Zephyr's probably on the way out too. I just don't have an immediate replacement yet. That might have to be another news blurb, people. Look for that. Yeah, I don't know. Had to show that crap off there. That was cool. What the hell happened? It wasn't me. I just want to point out that like there was like a hard crash, soft crash, whatever you want to call it. I didn't boot nobody. Don't blame me. I did not boot anybody. But like everybody dropped off for a second there, and I don't even know why. Who knew? Like, okay, obviously, if you've ever been on YouTube, you know when there's concurrent viewers and crap like that. Well, it shows it, but then all of a sudden it blanked. I did nothing. Nothing changed on my end, and I'm still live, so nothing really changed on my end. And I don't boot people unless you're like rude. I don't boot people, so I don't know where y'all went. It's nothing I did. And if you feel it's something I did, I'm sorry. It would be moot. Whatever. Yeah. One of these days I'm actually have to script this show so I stop umming all the freaking time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do that a lot. I don't mean to do that a lot. You know what they say about that though? People like, we're doing that because we feel the need to fill space because we're trying to make sure that your time is valuable. And that really is it. I mean, I run out of something to say because I have a lot of stuff to say. And if you were in front of me, if we were talking face to face, which kind of is that way, but if we were talking face to face, you would bounce topics off me, I'd bounce topics off you guys, and we would just get steamrolling. Probably end up building an aircraft. With this kind of situation, it's a little bit less. I have stuff to say, you have stuff to say, but I also don't want to waste your time, so I feel the need to like keep it going, even though if we build a plane, I'm going to get quiet because I'm into that plane. See, well, like that was like 3 minutes. I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm very seriously considering doing that because essentially because our freaking shows are like this, you know, like so damn long and crap. And I understand that there's no reason for that because everybody out there on the internet has the attention span of a gnat. So, like, I mean, even when you did it and Totasan, if you watch that, like Totasan actually did a live 24 plus hour show where he was just building constantly. That was like crazy stuff. But like people would pop in, pop back out. I mean, because like who the hell is going to sit there for the whole thing? And especially because after the fact that like even this, I mean, it's going to be there so you can watch whatever you want. So yeah, it'd be cool. I got a lot. The thing about it is yeah, that. And if I truly do that, I really want to make sure everybody's involved. I want a lineup. I want to make sure all you guys, you included, I want to make sure you're all available. I want to make sure guests are available and they could either type or talk, preferably talk. Like if you was there, we could throw questions at each other or a Q&A, how you got to where you got to, show us the design. Would you like to work? Blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. You make it a podcast. It's going to be a true podcast. Got to bring some interest to the show. I've been in contact with quite a few of the others, but I've like laid back off of it because we've all done our thing in the past few months. But like I did contact Toda-san and like if we could do like a show where there's some interviews and we could get with people and like say like, so what brought you into this and so on and so forth. That would be great and still make it like a 30-minute to an hour show, podcast that is. Yeah, I've definitely considered it. That was actually next up on the list because I've been looking into it, believe it or not. So ironic you said that, but I saw it and I was like, yeah, it'd be a pretty good idea. It's the only thing we haven't really chipped into. So yeah, we could do that. But yeah, I want to make sure yeah, like I want to make sure that like everybody that's going to be involved would be able to get on at any one given time, however long you're down for, 15 minutes to an hour or whatever. I don't really want to monopolize anybody's time, especially longer than an hour, but like just get the pertinent. I really would want a script for something like that too. You know, like I want bullet point questions so we don't stray off topic and we get it. And like you said, that way when you do the clips for the videos, you get the topic of like, okay, this is a build, this is a history, this is a numbers, you know, so on and so forth. So yeah, but that way it's more like the podcast you see where it's like, hey, here's a little window showing this dude, but up there's a window showing you, up down there's a window showing the other guy, and so on and so forth. So yeah, turn this into something, you know what I'm saying? uh, yeah, even more exciting than something like this. But like I also got to make sure every now and then, like I send up these videos that like concentrate on the aircraft or the roles. You hear me talking about that a lot, or bases and stuff like that, or like we just said, the fin codes. And it's like, because I got to remind people, this channel is like for members. There's a group of us. I know I'm predominantly the one here, but I created the core, so I feel like I'm the one that definitely needs to keep it going. But like all of us are contractors in the core. We provide planes for our sections, our squadrons and bases, and we're all members of the core. So to those people that didn't understand, just make sure that like this is a conglomeration of builders. We all have our own channels, and we're all kind of guilty of not putting stuff up on those. but no, Ben, that's not aimed at you, by the way. There's others out there, you know who you are, that need to like get up on the ball, me included. Hey, I'm guilty of it too. But yeah, just so people, all y'all people out there can understand, like we got our own channels with our own aircraft, and we just come here and we meet, we talk, and the members get down. So yeah, I mean, right, you know, it's we all we talk a good game, and we hate saying that life gets in the way, but sometimes life does get in the way. That's why you got to be better. Like, I'm not saying you, but I'm saying you know, general, you got to be better. But like, you know what? Doesn't take but a thing to get on there 15 minutes and scrabble up something and say like, hey, go Ukraine, stuff like that. So, or like, hey, check out this new plane I built. Y'all build it too. See if you like it. For those of us that are in this particular hobby, you know, we cater to a very exclusive group. So, I mean, really, video gamers are like a dime a dozen, and everybody apparently watches that hot garbage. And I said about this in the other show, I don't quite understand why. See this little window here? I did this kind of for that reason. I don't understand the need to actually see the people talk while they're talking. I mean, like, okay, I get it. We've done that with the news, but you know what? Lately, people like I've ran into so many people nowadays that claim they don't read, and yet, dude, if you're looking at your phone, chances are you're reading. It's 50-50. You're either reading or you're watching a freaking video. So like, don't tell me you don't like to read. If somebody's sending you a text, guess what? You're reading it. Unless you got that voice mode on, but then I don't hear much noise out there in the real world. So, but anyway, little straying there. But it's like the videos are like, why do you need to see this? Why does it matter? Especially for something like us. It's like, okay, for what I'm doing right now, yeah, okay, I threw it up here. So you know that it's not just AI throwing a random thing in your face, I guess. I don't know. But like for what we do, it's like if we're doing a build, obviously, I don't want to see your face. Your face gets in the way of what I'm trying to see. What I'm trying to see is the build, damn it. So I'm working on that camera angle too, because I got a pretty good camera angle, but I need to actually blow it up a little bit more so you can concentrate on the finer things of like watching the bed and the plane get built. So that's not coming. Okay, it's coming, but it's not like that. So anyway, yeah, a little ranting on that one too. See, that's cool. See, this is what turns a 15-minute show into a 45-minute show. I love it. It's still like we're not straying. We're still talking about the world, in our world, and all the stuff that matters in it, which is good. I think it's good. I think it's cool. Um, yeah. So when you putting up another video, uh, I know, again, you and I both, and a lot of us guilty of that crap. We're talking a good game, and none of us are doing that, and we need to do that crap. I need to get something out there. Like I said, I got it lined up. I got the last piece of my puzzle because I sent out a message. I texted the members. I said, like, dude, I finally locked down exactly what it is I'm looking for in my how to builds, so you could expect more of them now because the missing piece was a physical piece, missing piece of the puzzle, and I've got it. So if you watched Inside IVPAC, you kind of got an idea. If you saw our intro video and then saw Inside IVPAC, you kind of get an idea of how I'm playing this out, because that's what I'm borrowing. And yeah, it'll be that, and then it'll be a little bit more razzle dazzle. I'd really like it to be outstanding, but I understand that I'm like, unfortunately, life does get in the way. Like, some of these people that produce these videos actually have no lives. Literally, their lives are this garbage right here, so they can show you a little video and bother to take away the background, and then you got the game in the background, and say, like, okay, so what we're gonna do is, like, they take you through the shit, and like, dude, I don't give a crap. I don't care about all that, but they don't have a life, so they can spend all their hours getting that right and somehow making money enough to, like, buy 3 cameras and the respective lighting and have $1,500 worth of audio video equipment, even though, like, they live in their parents' basement and don't have a job. I don't quite understand it. I mean, I'm sure they do something. It's just like, dude, yeah, it must be nice, but I got a real job. I got the real world calling me. I can't be spending all of my time. I got a wife. I got a kid. I got cars to take care of. I got a yard to take care of. I mean, it's like, must be nice to not have anything to take care of, so you can just buy audio video equipment and make sure your computer screen looks perfect. I can't do that. That's why it's like, that's why I hate it that we've been online with you guys for so long and our stuff still looks semi-rudimentary, but I also, like, first I'm beginning to think it's kind of like our trademark, so you understand what you're dealing with. It's like, hey man, we're giving you paper planes. We're not spending our time with, like, worrying about how we look and what it looks like, although we change this on you on a regular basis. But, like, we're worried more about the planes, which we don't give you a lot of. but yeah, like, I don't care about the video, the camera. Like, as long as you see okay, you hear okay, that's all that matters. And that's really all that should matter, especially since I can't apparently hold anybody's attention for longer than 12 minutes in this internet day and age, especially if I don't have a cat playing a keyboard. If I got a cat playing a keyboard, I bet the views would go up. I don't understand also, like, the algorithms is like I'm going to go ahead and say this. I don't understand the algorithms is like some of our shorts, for all of us, in case you hadn't know, anybody in the core group, any members, or even you, Ben, like, if you look out there and you see videos, I like the fact, by the way, side note, I like the fact you have a name that I can call you by name. Because a lot of the others, I'm calling them Notebook or Powerhouse, or, like, I know that, but I know, we've all been guilty of it, man. And, like, I was thinking about getting one of those mats in front of me here, so when my cat walks across, he plays something. But no, I'm sorry, where I was getting at, though, was, like, I don't know what the hell the search algorithms are. For, like, one of our shorts blows up, gets 2,000 views, and the other one gets, like, 12 views. Like, it's the same thing with the videos. It's the exact same thing with the videos. How in the hell does one blow up and the other one doesn't? And don't tell me about, like, tags and crap. Yeah, I know, right? That's the whole thing. I can't get rid of IVPAC. I mean, IVPAC is the members. It's more than me. We did a debate about a decade ago for internet facing where, yeah, it is. Yeah, a lot less syllables, man. Thank you. Yeah. And actually, truth be told, yours is better because at least you actually have consonants. I'm looking at you, OAE. You're all vowels. I'm gonna call all y'all by one name, one monosyllabic name. Like, that way, that's why I don't mind POW, or, well, NASA's is too, but, and everybody thinks I'm really talking about NASA's. Satellites? No. But he's got a cool name like that, so. But OAE, all vowels, and, like, dude, I gotta rattle that off. I think I just call him Matt. There's a joke related to that, but whatever. Anyway. yeah, like I can't, it can't rebrand. IVPAC is IVPAC. I haven't changed. I've changed my company name once about 35 years ago. I ain't doing it again, especially because now it's like it's transcended. It's in real life now. Like I don't think it's actually on a written form, a sheet of paper that acknowledges it, but subsidiaries of it do. So that's why in my news section, IVPAC, that like literally I've had to acknowledge that now still has a paper arrow division because there's other divisions. And those actually exist in real life and are doing real things. So yeah, I've kind of gotten to life, in life where I want to be. Not really there yet, but I'm there. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, like 15 minutes of like doing that crap. Like I said, like I'm just bringing you guys the planes. Whether you can see me or not, that's rather moved as long as you can see the planes. And like you can hear me. Hey, that again, bonus. All right, that's why we're here on YouTube, and thank you YouTube for putting it up there. I guess. Why does nobody have any ads for YouTube? But no, like, so what the hell is with the search strings? What is with the algorithms? Why? My fan's messing up. Why in the hell does like one short get like 2,000 views and the other one get 12? And I used to think it was because it's like, okay, it's the music. It ain't the music. Tell me Google/YouTube, which is the same entity, but seriously, tell me search algorithms. No, it isn't about the tags you put in there. It's about the titles. It ain't about crap. It's about who decides what. And maybe it is link backs, but like, what the hell is it? Why does one, like, with basically the same title as the other one, you want me to call them all with the same damn title? With the same damn music? Just a different video? I don't get it. And all of you guys, you've seen it. Ben, I don't know if you've actually thrown any shorts out there, but like, quite a few of us have. And again, like, if it's okay, but we haven't thrown many shorts out there. But seriously, if you add any more than 3, 2 have gotten like 12 views, and the other one's gotten like 2,000. How the hell did that even happen? Just the day? I just wanted to watch paper airplanes today. I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, I mean, I know why, because you don't do that. Your builds, you know what I mean? And yeah, that's a little bit of a tease, but your builds take 3 hours. Which I've got, again, a little bit of a tease. I got no problem with it. I follow right along. It's very cool to watch. But, like you don't do short format because like you don't have but like what, 2 flight videos. You've got like 14, 20, 40 how to builds or build along with me. Yeah, exactly. There's a reason for that, but that's you. That's you. Anybody going to your channel has come to expect that. Although I gotta admit, like the rest of us, there he is, Robert. What's up, man? How you doing? Waving hi. That's you. It's like if you go to your channel, we know like we're gonna get an in-depth, some kind of tech that we've not even thought of before. It's hype. We know what to expect. But I said I gotta admit, like there's a lot of us out here that are kind of waiting for you to fly a few of those birds, And again, you do the same thing. It's been advertised for us. We say the same thing to you. You should get a short or 2 out there. Take one out there and fly it, even if it's crappy. It'll blow up. It'll blow up. You'll even throw 5 shorts out there, and even though 4 of them will probably get a total of 12 views, another one's going to get 2,000 views. I don't know what it is. I think again is because like the monkey in Google's seller probably throws a dart at the board, and it's like, okay, this video gets 20 views today. Some shit like that. I don't know what it is. Keep thinking my shoes are untied and I've got slip-ons on. But that's what I mean. It's like, yeah, just like throw them out there because, good God, that hurts. Throw them out there because we want to see all the tech is fascinating, but there's no flight. I'm just gonna do a little bit of peer pressure, hopefully. It's not gonna amount to much, but I just like to see like a lot of people. I like the flight. Seriously, I like the flight videos. I watch the flight videos. I love watching, God, I can't think of them right now, but like, there's a whole ton of how to builds, and that's all well and good. That's like, you're at everybody's mercy building this, that, and the other thing and everything. Like, hey, you should build my plane. And that's all well and good, not building, but I like seeing the flight videos. That's what got me into it in the first place. I like flight. So I'm not saying like, please do it for my sake. You do you. But yeah, the flight videos are where it's at. Yeah. Okay. Huh? Yeah, you need to do that. I'm gonna say, yeah. Um, oh, okay, wait. I think I know what you're getting at. What you're getting at is the RP series of aircraft because they fly better, easier to build. You'll notice I put a question mark on the end of that because I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember all of your videos either, so. Oh yeah, no, yeah, exactly. That's the thing. Building. I'm guilty. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, because I knew. Yeah, as long as you said that YX, because I knew YX is also one of your models. So bam. Um, I'm guilty of that, and that's what I need to do. I'd like to think that when I do the how to build so far, that the how to builds that we've built, we take you along, so it's a step by step, and there's talking. But you'll notice, obviously, I don't know what the other 90% out there of how to builds as videos. They're usually like no talking. There's music, and that's actually not a bad idea because it really is. Robert, you just said like when you get into it, Ben, I don't know, you probably go through this because you get quiet too when you like, especially if it's a minute thing. If you really got to do it, you really got to get into it. You got to concentrate, and you can't be like, okay, guys, I'll be folding this here. Like, let me see this. And like, I know I'm guilty of it. I could probably edit it out, but I can't edit it out because you got to follow along. So I'm very seriously considering like doing the exact same thing of like, okay, I'm going to test a video out where it's just music and no background. And I understand y'all could rewind this at your leisure. So you go right ahead and I'm going to build this plane for you. And now you build it and you tell me how it works. So yeah, you're right. The how to build, I think it's a different kind of relaxing, so it depends on if you go out also with your flight videos and you either talk accompany or music accompany the flight videos. A lot of the Japanese, which I assume they're Orientals, they're East Asia anyway, but I'm pretty sure they're Japanese. A lot of the Japanese videos do that. There's always like a series of flights. They lead you into like, they'll fly. It's a 20-minute video. They'll like bring out 5 different models, show you the model, show you a few flights. It's always great to watch. I love those freaking videos. Any guys that are like that, I'd like to get out on the show and like talk to them on the podcast. And it's like, hey guys, can you bring that over here? You bring that to Europe, America, West Asia, Africa, something like that, because you're like the only people that do that. I can't get anybody around. I mean, like you can, but if you go to a park in Japan, for example, there's already 20 people flying their planes there. You really need fin codes and stuff like that to keep track of them. If I go to a park and fly, everybody's going to look at me like, what the hell is that fucker doing? You know it. I don't care. Don't get me wrong. I don't give a crap. I just give a crap you fuck with my planes. That pisses me off. Forgive my American. But like, I'll fly. If I need the park to fly, I'm going to fly. I go various places because I don't know if I outgrew it. And NASA's and I were talking about this because he only just realized that the roles like we talk about, it all is a matter of has members. We always talk about the roles. We talk about an interceptor. We talk about a striker. We talk about attack, right? Mostly what we were discussing was control. Control is controlling your airspace. So basically a plane that flies around your yard, all right? No matter your yard is. But it's relative. And we had to realize this. It's like, okay, if you have 3 acres of a front yard and you plan on guarding that front yard, then your control aircraft better be able, or your patrol aircraft, patrol. That's what I meant. Control goes out. That's air superiority. Patrol is just like your defender. It defends your airspace. Okay. Still a fighter, just 2 different roles. Ben, you know what I'm talking about. Anybody in the planes knows what I'm talking about. I'm not saying you don't. Robert, I know you get it too. But again, it's relative with paper airplanes. So if you got a patrol fighter and you need to patrol your yard, your airspace, if you got 3 acres, Well, yours is going to be damn long ranged, isn't it? Because you got 3 acres to take care of. That also means your strikers are going to be longer range than probably mine are. Now, I've developed mine from through time, so they've gotten longer range. And don't get me wrong, they're like my patrol planes have it more than covered. But see, that's what I'm saying is like my front yard's gotten a little bit smaller here, so the current patrollers don't need to have the range they do. But I'm not going to downgrade; I'm going to keep them. So, on that note, it's like you keep track of this is for IVPAC members, but this is also to consider for the rest of you guys. The ranges you're looking for longer range planes. Obviously your strikers are longer range than a patrol plane. But again, like if you've only got like 1/3 of an acre, especially in the front yard, well, you don't need that long a range of plane, do you? You just need to get out of your yard for striking, for attacking. Attacking's kind of, that's kind of a like iffy prospect. Attack moves with the front line, but it still oversteps your boundary. It's a great way of saying it in the paper aircraft world, paper combat world. It's like support your immediate area, attack you're starting to press, and then strike is all offensive. That's like going over your enemy's territory and doing the damage. So that's how we see it: support, attack, strike. I usually don't call it that so we can avoid the first letter differences. Support is support, attack is attack. Yeah, okay, it clashes with airlift, but we're talking about basically just the strikers. So support, attack, and then interdiction, penetration, what have you. So now I'm getting really deep into IVPAC jingo. Sorry, forgive me, but just because you were mentioning that, well, no, nobody mentioned that. Never mind. I just got into it, but I got into it. And again, the point is realizing like what kind of range you need out of your plane. I mean, like, dude, if you live in an apartment, you can do a freaking helicopter from the balcony. Like I need 3 feet of space. Attacking, I need an interceptor because if my enemy lives below me, I can just throw it down at him. You know what I mean? So it's all relative, and you got to realize, you got to understand, you got to follow along when it's all relative. So, I think they're all relaxing. Like I said, I think watching the flight videos can be relaxing, especially depending on the accompanying musics. Like I said, I find that the Oriental ones, especially, any of them really, it's not just them. It's the Singapores, because I'm pretty sure there's Malaysians out there. A lot of the videos, Singaporean, Vietnamese. I don't know. I'm an ignorant American. I can't keep track of all of the handwriting and stuff like that, but I know it's Oriental. I know it's Eastern Pacific Asia. So I'd like to say Japanese because I know there's a good bundle of them that are, but there's also Malaysian, there's also Singaporean, blah blah blah. So any of them out there, I like watching them because like a few of them put it to music, a few of them just like they'll give you 20 solid minutes of flights, and it won't be like, I mean, Robert, you get flights, but I mean, again, like you got to admit, it's like the same thing that I do. I mean, I failed to clip them, so you're walking with me to retrieve the plane. It's like, well, that's kind of wasting time. They just edit that crap out. They go like, launch, here's the flight, and bloop, here's the takeoff of the next one. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't see a problem with either of them personally. I don't think it matters, but there is that aspect when you consider like, keeping track for other people and their short attention spans, and like maybe you want to timestamp it so you can like fast forward to the interesting points like this video. I don't know, like I don't know how you would do it, but I think all of them are worthy. So I need to do more music. Well, unfortunately, that's how I did it. All of my shorts are set to music because, well, that's how you have to do shorts. And then, like, all of the videos, however long they are, is like, okay, let's walk to the plane, retrieve it, and throw that one again. Or walk back to the hangars and pull another one out and throw it and throw the other one away, whatever the case may be. So, but yeah, Ben, you need to fly more. Get the RP series, the proven series versus something that's a one-off test that don't know it works, because YX makes for great how to build videos and RP makes for great flight videos. So, or like, like I've been saying, like I'm touting you, man. You could build 5 or 10 of one plane, Okay, you can do it. That's a cross finger. You can do that, you know. So, um, or help us all build like some cargo planes, man. I'm working on these cargo planes because like every time I talk to KIA about it, like every time you get involved with him and you get involved with planes that are about the size of a desk. So you really like anything I get involved. I'm still thinking of that hybrid plane that we were talking about. Like I've saved a whole bunch of boxes because the boxes your toothpaste tube comes in, unless you get like a pump stand up on your countertop toothpaste. I assume y'all people brush your tooth, but I mean seriously, they come in a box. That box is like a perfect size and weight to carry cargo on a bigger bird, or the perfect basis for starting out a plane. It's like not cardboard, not too heavy, but it's a thin paper fiber board, and it's laminate, so it's smooth. Yeah, it's always good. It's very good starting point for like any kind of cargo / bomber aircraft you can do. A retractable hitch. Oh, that's cool. That's what, dude. See, I question something like that though. I don't. This isn't a tease. This isn't a dig. This is nothing. I'm just wondering. Like, this is something else. Like, all of the tech that we introduce, me, you, Ben, KIA, NASA's missile, Pharaoh, doesn't matter who we are. We introduce a lot of tech, but again, unless we have a ant pilot on board or we have radio control responsive servos, does all this tech really matter? Because it's not going to affect in flight. You know what I mean? I guess don't take this the wrong way. It's not a dig. It's just every time I get into like new tech that's really complex, it always makes me wonder. Because again, unless you got like a human pilot on there, it's like the fly-by-wind. It's like it's like a swing wing. It's like anything you can think of that we do that's really, really complex. Think of what Ben does to his. And again, I apologize. I'm not stepping on anybody's toes. This is not a dig. This is just what I think of. Is why I don't go down that road myself too often. Is just because I can't think of any logistical real reason to do it because nobody's up there controlling it. And I am not going to spend the $3,000 to $5,000 to $20,000 it's going to take to put the servos on there to actually get it to activate in flight, which again is the only time it comes in handy. I understand, like in yours, again, don't get me wrong, because I'm also thinking like, actually I can see where yours would come in handy because it might actually just flip up while during the flight. Okay, so it's like a true swing force kind of thing. But yeah, tell me about it. But hey, that's like everything we deal with though. Would anti-gravity be as fun as true flight? I don't think so. I really don't. That's like watching every single star, fill in the blank star, you know what I mean? Any star sci-fi, and being so disappointed in, I mean, I know you guys got to feel it. I don't like star sci-fi. I mean, I enjoy sci-fi, okay? I enjoy the fact that we could possibly get off this rock and do something valuable and see all the gorgeousness that is the galaxy. I really, really look forward to that. I mean, ultimately, that's where I'd like to be. I mean, flight is good. Space flight's even better. But that being said, air flight always wins, or hydro flight always wins because it's graceful. It's like swooping and looping and diving and stuff like that. Obviously, if you've ever watched any sci-fi, like nobody gets it right. Nobody. It doesn't matter how many people want to look at it. You don't. It's like, and people behind the scenes have always said we don't get it right because nobody wants to see that. But again, you know, the truth of the matter is you fire thrusters, you stop firing thrusters, you've got momentum. You can fire other thrusters and start rolling around. So if you're going this way, I know you're not being able, you're going to see this, but if you're going this way, then you roll thrusters, you could be doing this, but you're still going to go this way. So you know what I mean? It's not like where you're going like this because you're at the mercy of a rudder, flaps, all the, you know, brouhaha. You're at the mercy of thrusters. So again, like I would love to see just one star blank make a show with some combat or some flight that is realistic in space, like our satellites. Okay, fire left aft thruster, and it pivots the thing and it stops because you refire the retro thruster and you stop and you pivot it. It's like, and it turns and then it goes on its merry way. See, the general public, Hollywood knows this. The general public would be like, well, that ain't cool. But the rest of us are cool when they see him swooping and swallowing and stuff like that and blah, blah, blah. And that's why. So again, I picture anti-grav like that, and I picture anti-grav not being as cool. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. There is something to be said for the gracefulness of arcing style gliding flight versus like, let's throw a brick out there because a brick will fly in space. It ain't aerodynamic as hell, but what air's got to move out of the way? Like Star Trek did get that right with the Borg cube. I mean, like, seriously, the Borg knew it. They're like, we don't give a crap what size we are. It's going to go through space. There's no, resistance. Blah. So, I don't know why we make these. I thought it was really cool because it's kind of like like an inside slap in the face. Because everybody's making all the starships look really cool and really well designed and everything. And then they make the Borg brick. It was like, this will fly. Because no resistance. Doesn't matter. They could do warp 9 just like the rest of them. No resistance. Hello? Put phasers on all facets of it because brick, no resistance. Hello? You know what I mean? And again, like, I don't think the true public wants to see that. We're not ready for that, even though I'd love to see it. It would probably lose money in the theaters, but I think it would be hyper accurate. It would be perfect to show people like, if I was in something like, I hate to do this, but an X-Wing, okay? You don't need to be flying nose first the whole time. You fire the rearward thrusters, and like they point out, I just read this article, seriously. You turn thrusters on, you get your one way, and you don't need to have them on at all times. Turn them off. You just go, psh, pew. It's like, dude, lost his engine. Okay, so what? You're still going to move because no resistance. What do you think is out there? Then you blow up, your particles are just going to go and then flutter because no resistance. Woo! I don't know. I'd love to see them do an actual honest to goodness. If any of you guys out there know of a movie or a show where they actually did this, please tell me because I'd love to watch it. I mean, I remember hearing them. Who was it? Was it Babylon 5? Was it like, I don't know. There was one series that they said like, hey man, the space battles look real. And I watched them and they're like, no, they don't. They look like they took the science a little bit further and a little bit better, but they're still just wrong. And I'm getting into this crap, but like, yeah, because man, that's always really been a dream of mine. Me and IVPAC kind of started. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, like IVPAC was started beforehand, but IVPAC kind of took off with if you've been a member, G7, Group 7. That core group of guys, most of us built paper airplanes, but some of us were better than that. And like I can draw like a demon, and I can draw you like any kind of design on the outside. You tell me what you need fit in, and I could probably put it in there. I can draw it, and I can draw it to spec, but that's as far as mine goes. But Group 7 was built on that because we had our electronics guy, we had our framework and structure guy, we had our weapons guy. Like seriously, we had our engineer. I always remember Brian. Brian was really good. Brian went to the science fair with like this small scale illustration of a faster than light capable engine. And the theory was like he took it up. It went regional. I think he got invited to go to a science fair in Atlanta. And like they said, there's merit in the design. This is years ago. But Group 7 had this dream, like if we could build a ship, we can get off this rock. Wouldn't it be cool in 30 years if we just said bye and we were off and like the Horsehead Nebula M42 and Orion and we can go see it. I still have the drawings of this ship that it's a ship that we created. And it's like, dude, we can do this. Let's freaking go. Because, I mean, the planet is doomed because there's humans on it. And until we get rid of the problem, which is the humans, like maybe we'll come back when like they've all killed each other or they've suffocated each other to death with the pollution or something like that. That'd be really cool. That was our dream. That was our big dream as kids, was like, let's get out of here. Let's in 20 years, let's meet up. Let's build this thing and get the hell off this rock. And I mean, like, that's fantastical because we were like, man, we're still going to be based on money because, a severe pox. Guarantee if we invent time travel, if I can, go back in time, and whoever thought that was the best idea, I'm gonna kill that fucker. But that's the one guy I would definitely. I mean, religion's probably number one. Money's number two. After that, we will have no ills. But anyway, that's what we thought of. Like, man, yeah, we got to somehow figure out how to do it without cash, because God knows can't do anything without cash and fees and taxes and permits. Oh my God. Like, can we have permission to go to space? Yeah, you got to have permission to that, because whatever. There was a time, I think, in the 80s where it's like, there was, in theory, if you owned your property, if you owned your land, you own the airspace above it. Like, it's like from here to the atmosphere, to the stratosphere was yours. And like, seriously, I mean, people, I don't know if that was true, how true that was, but people held that in regard. I mean, it was more than one person I would talk to that would tell me this. But now I don't think, it's like nobody thinks that anymore. Not with China sending balloons over your yard and shit. So, like, why didn't we shoot that damn thing down over Montana? Anyway, yeah, I don't know. That is just so, man, I don't want to get into it, but that was so weird. That whole thing was so freaking weird. But we don't want to shoot it down where it could cause a mess over somebody's prop. Dude, you understand you weren't going to win that one anyway. Just shoot it the fuck down. And don't go telling me what you thought. It was like, yeah, that thing was like just peaceful and checking out the weather in Canada. Give me a break. That being said, it's the same thing like the Russian kind of thing that I was talking about at the beginning of this. Go Ukraine. Ukraine bombing Russia. Russia tried to cry. I don't know if they've officially cried about it, but it's like, we're not going to listen to you because you've been bombing Ukraine for a year. Same thing. And like, why aren't we flying balloons over China then? I mean, they got away with it. We should be able to get away with it. Right? Oh, it's just a weather balloon. It's nothing. It's doing nothing. I don't know. I don't know. It's just so, the whole thing was just a mess. It's just a mess. But anyway, yeah, trust me, I still have the space dreams. I would love to get out of here, because I think this experiment is a failure. Yeah, I don't know if our alien progenitors will come back or just sitting there watching us on their reality show going, man, they're fucking this stuff up, man. We should have never put them on that rock. Whatever. I mean, I don't know what it is, but whatever fiction that you, me, the rest of us, like, want to believe in. I don't want to believe in any of it. I'd like, besides flying my planes and being with you guys, I'd rather just get the hell out of here. Because, like I said, again, the plague that is the human race is just a freaking plague, I mean, seriously, you would be. And yeah, you would be. I'm for all the innocent Russian people. Like I said, I always had to try to point that out. Like, I mean, it'd be really cool if Russia was bombed back into the Stone Age by the Ukraine. But all the dudes that really don't matter anymore because they're so anachronistic. They're so hardliners. I believe we called them during the Cold War and post-Cold War, Glasnost era, but still. I don't even think it's that. I just think it's like a new old hardline, you know what I mean? And like, it's not the day and age for that crap anymore. I used to, not even 5 years ago, and I think maybe even in the early goings of the show, I brought up the fact that I said, we treated Russia like an enemy all this time, even when they were trying to be friendly. The first Putin reign, or the end of Yeltsin, or maybe even the first Medvedev reign. We said, wondering what the Russians are doing was yada yada or whatever. It's always airplanes with me. I always concentrate on the military. So it was some aircraft and we wonder what this aerial is. And dude, ask them. Ask them. Why are we making this out to be more? Because you have to have an enemy to warrant, like, America's got to have an enemy to warrant our big ass defense budget. I mean, I'm not really picking on that, because defense, yeah, dude, I'm all for it. Definitely a hawk more than a dove. However, if you're going to try to make peace with them, don't be like ending around with some stupid shit like that and saying, like, we don't know what this is. Well, ask them. Just ask. At that time, that was the approach. That was the view everybody was giving, was like, well, they seem friendly. We seem friendly. We're trying to build a rapport. We're trying to establish. That was when, like, McDonald's in Moscow, you know, that shit, like 10 years ago, when all was good with the world. You know what I mean? It's like, ask them. Don't make it sound like it's like we have no idea what's going on. Here's a picture we got. No, there should be tourists taking pictures. They do it here. I mean, oh God, it bugged the crap out of me. No, peace wouldn't be nice, but the kind of war, like, peace would suck, because we wouldn't even know about paper airplanes. There'd be no need. I wouldn't be talking about combat paper planes. I'd be talking about paper Cessnas. You think paper Cessnas are fascinating? There would be no reason for strike planes and bombers. And no. Like I said, I'm a hawk. I'm definitely a hawk. Okay. Like, that's like the one part of Republican me. I'm like mostly Democrat unless it comes to that. Like, seriously, I totally believe in medical and education. I hate guns. And, like, I totally believe in a strong ass military. So, like, I'm like way middle of the road, but, like, I think it depends on who it is. I like lean Democrat, and I'm not getting into the politics, but I'm definitely not. I'm not Democrat. I'm not Republican. My party doesn't exist. I think the Libertarians or the Green Party is the closest I get. I usually vote for the Green Party candidate, because they usually are mostly in line with what I like. Like pro-choice. I mean, stay out of a woman's body. It's her body. It's her choice. Plain and simple. I cannot believe there are women out there that say, like, pro-life, I want the government to dictate who does what to me. It just blows my mind. So you guys are totally anti-feminist, even though you're female. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Nice having female government slaves, I guess. I don't know. It just blows my mind. I'm not exactly saying abortion is the way to go, but I am saying the choice is the way to go. And it's also like, I find it funny that the old fat white cats that run everything are so, like, trying to run everything to the point of they took away, like, Roe versus Wade here in this country. And oh my God, I'm getting into this. I don't really want to get into this, but seriously, the fat old white cats, you know, like, said, like, oh, we're taking abortion away. But, like, I find that funny, because, like, you know what? Fetuses can't pay taxes, so what do you care? All that is going to be another mouth to suckle on the government teat when it gets out. So you'd think you guys would be all for killing that damn thing. Like, seriously, you'd be like, can we speed up this process so, like, we can have it in 9 months and they can start paying taxes right away? I thought that's all they cared about. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, because if you give it to a whole bunch of mothers that don't want what's in their womb, they're going to be like, well, let's give it up to welfare and let the government handle it. This is what they're offering, you know? Like, it is so stupid. This is what I'm saying. This is why you want to get off this rock. Because, like, we think we're the best, and yet we're going through this kind of crap. This ain't the best. I don't know who is, but it sure ain't us. Probably that tribe that's off, like, what's that tribe that has not been touched in 60,000 years? Sentinel Island off the coast of, like, Indonesia, west coast, in the Gulf of Mexico. They probably got it right. They probably got it right. They ain't got smartphones. They definitely got it right. Eat other people? That's the way to go. I mean, shit. Like, you don't like somebody, eat them? I'm kidding. But I mean, seriously. Sometimes I think anybody that's ignorant of, like, I wouldn't even call it, they're not ignorant. They are not ignorant. They are, that's their life. That's their world. And I mean, dude, like, they got it made. I don't see China. I'm surprised China's not trying to invade that damn island. But, they build islands elsewhere just so they can fucking make their own place here. Like, people, that's all well and good. But we all know it's artificial. Oh, God. I'm sorry. I turned this into a political rant. My bad. Oh, I should probably edit that out. Forgive me. That was really bad. That's ironic because I kind of wanted to talk about that, but I really didn't want to talk about it like that. It's just, You know, everybody's messed up, and I just want to get away from everybody. There's a core group of you cool people that are watching this, and like you know what I mean. It's like, sometimes it drives you nuts, and this is why you got to build a paper plane, man. This is why you got to get in there, get into your stuff, and so you don't have to hear me yabbering about stupid crap that make you hate me or like me or whatever. I said I'm not trying to alienate anybody. I'm not trying to alienate myself. Even though it worked, but I just want to build a plane with you guys. So, you know, that's the way it goes, isn't it? I'm sorry I got on that. I really did. You know what? I figured this is kind of a joke. I thought about this before I did the show, and I'm like, you know, I'm going to turn this and I'm going to turn this into that kind of show. All right, Ben. Hey, man. Yeah, thanks for coming out, dude. Go eat yourself something. I ate beforehand. I'm going to have to go to bed, but it's been great having you here. We have another show soon, and like, hopefully we'll get something started with you. All right. So yeah, take it easy. Like, dude, like, yeah, I knew beforehand I was thinking about doing this. I was thinking about turning, like, because of the Go Ukraine on there, I knew I might get political. I was thinking about turning this paper planes and more, because I knew I'd be ranting and shit. So I was like, but Ben popped on, we were planing it down. Robin popped on, we were planing it down. Then I went downhill. And you're down for it, and I'm down for it. Yeah, we will get together. We get some time, and like we'll try to like schedule this down. You got to give me your email if you can, if you don't mind. Or is still getting in touch with you through the your channel? Is that still like worth it, or do you have it on there? Because I mean, if you don't want to, that's fine. But like we that way we chat a little bit easier than just like this. Yeah, this would be cool. Like I said, because if we do something like this, I want to schedule it. I can schedule with my boys here. Most of the members, I got their numbers. I could actually like, okay, we're going to do a show. You're going to be live. We're going to talk, so on and so forth. But yeah. You're a little bit harder. Oh, he's a little bit harder. Oh, he's only going to type anyway. He said he ain't been working on projects. I'm going to send him another one, though, so see what's going on. Hey, you guys are actually kind of in the same neck of the woods, by the way. I didn't even think about that. But now that you're out west, he's out west, same state. I'm going to pray for you. I pray for you guys every day, which means, of course, nothing. In case you hadn't figured it out, yes, I know this is heinous to say, but I am an atheist. I don't believe. I think religion is garbage. I think it's just another excuse to not think of a way out when you die. But I think the aliens did it to fuck with us, and it's working. And it's screwing the planet up. And since I went political, I'm going to go ahead and do that and just alienate the rest of you guys. I'm sorry. I've just been like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just one of the many things that's messed up by this place. But anyway, what I was saying, though, is I think of you guys because you're on the West Coast. You're in California, and it always concerns me whether you're going to, like, be, like, needing water bad, thirsty to death, either to, like, drink or put out all the fires you have, or one of these days it's going to be a volcano that covers y'all in ash and lava, or one of these days the big one's going to hit and y'all going to slide into the sea. So I'm always thinking about you. I'm concerned about you. I hope y'all make it. Either that or the Kardashians are just going to sit on you and suffocate you and you're going to die. Whatever. Jesus Christ. Hour and a half. Robert, I got to cut this, man. I'm not meaning to cut it on you, Ben. I say it was great having y'all out there. I got to cut this. This was going to be a 20-minute show. So an hour and 9 minutes ago, we got the point across. We got live. I'm almost tempted to switch this layout to paper planes and more because it turned out to be what it was. But it was a good talk. I'm glad you guys came out. I appreciate you coming out. We're looking at some new things. It's getting late for me. Not that late, but late enough that I need to. Yeah, I was gonna chill out and look at what happened. Anyway, so yeah, dude, hey, you're kind of like all over the place now. So like, you pop in at this time. Do I need to be on at this time? Is this a good time for you? Earlier, later, any particular day? Because I'll try to do that. You know, I said I need more shows coming out. So, the Paper Planes and More will be tomorrow. Friday Night Flights, or any of the others. I mean, anybody can throw a show at any time. So, that's not the point. Yeah, okay. So the point is just like whatever works. I mean, like if this is cool, we'll stick with it. I mean, obviously if I stay on for an hour and a half, you'll probably be on there. So yeah, but any watchers out there, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for hearing me rant. I hope you don't hate me too much after this. If you do, we lost viewers. Who cares? Maybe you gained viewers. I don't know. I mean, I still say fuck Trump, but Biden ain't much better. Just like whatever. I mean, neither one of them is the answer. Putin's definitely not the answer. So we really are, aren't we? We really are, man. Like some of us, dude. Yeah. I only wish we'd been doing the shit that we've been doing, like us as IVPAC members. I only wish that we'd been doing the shit that we've been doing when the internet was first available. Like, I've got some identities out there myself that have been out there since, like, what is it, 2023? That have been out there for 23 years. Like, seriously. Like my Gmail account, my Google account, man, I got it back when, like, actually, I got that account before an invite was the only way you can get it. I'm OG enough to say that, like, we were some of the beta testers of the original Google. I ain't even kidding. We really were. Because the military got a hold of it and we started using it. And we were like, dude, this is cool. It's a hell of a lot more stripped down and basic than, you know, like, this is when it was in infancy and it was really just your straightforward search. Back when the huge list was the site for porn. And Yahoo got like, AOL and Yahoo got so too big for their britches and everything was added and shit like that. So yeah, we the OGs. You're right. You're right. But anyway, okay, guys. Yeah, I gotta wrap this because, yeah, thanks for coming out, people. Robert, it's always great to have you out there, man. Seriously. One of these days, we're gonna have to get you back with the audio too, man. Seriously. Great to see Ben out there. Great to see Ben doing stuff. Hope he continues to stay successful. Hope you all guys stay out there, stay successful. But you know, like, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope I didn't offend y'all too much. It's never my intention. It's just my point of view. If you're offended by them, you're offended by me. And if you're not, that's great because I'm not offended by anything. Seriously, I'm inoffensible. I ain't even kidding. But in the meantime, love your planes, man. That's what it's all about. Building it and flying and building and flying. And that's what we do. So do what you do.